Guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of The Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to check out today's episode here. Guys, today I want to talk about what I consider, or not what I consider, what is the most difficult technique to master in fishing, the most difficult lure that it is. But don't let that overwhelm you, because even though it's the most difficult lure, it's also one of the most productive lures for numbers and size of fish. So we're going to get into that in today's video. Also, guys, before we get started, a couple quick things here. Just like to invite everybody to please consider hitting that subscribe button here to The Fishing Teacher. We're really working hard to try to hit that 50,000 subscriber mark. We're about halfway there now. That'd be much appreciated. And also, guys, I will put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of the video. They got a bunch of really big Black Friday sales going on, 25% off on a bunch of stuff on the entire site. So if you guys would like to use that link, it's a good way to support The Fishing Teacher and get you some good deals on tackle too. And finally, guys, anybody interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, just shoot me a private message on my Facebook page, Randy Blaukat Professional Angler, for information. So really appreciate you guys putting up with those plugs there. Okay, guys, a lot of you that have been with the channel, you probably know what I'm talking about here. Most difficult, hardest lure to master, and that is the jerkbait. Jerkbait is the most complex, really just diverse lure that's in, any type of a lure category. And the reason for this is a jerkbait is one of those lures out there that you're not going to catch many fish on it, or probably any fish on it, unless you know how to put the right type of action on it. A lot of lures, like a crankbait or a spinnerbait or a swim bait or a glide bait or something like that, all you have to do is just reel it in. I mean, you can just cast it out there and just reel it, and you can catch fish. That's the standard technique with it. But with the jerkbait, you have got to manipulate that lure, and you've got to impart action on that lure. And not only do you have to impart an action on the lure, but you have to know how to impart action on the lure based upon different times of the year. Because different times of year, the cadence and retrieve on a jerkbait is completely different. For example, in the wintertime, when that water temperature is cold, you just want to barely twitch it along and almost like vibrate that rod tip and just barely move it. And then as the water warms up, you speed up the pace a little bit. Jerk, jerk, pause, jerk, jerk, pause, pause, jerk, pause, just a lot of different variations. And, if the water temperature is really hot, sometimes they want it really fast, where you just jerk the heck out of it. Don't ever pause it. So there's a ton of different factors that determine how you manipulate a jerkbait. Not only is it the water temperature, but it's the water clarity, it's the species of fish that you're fishing for, it's the time of day, mood and personality of the fish. There's just a lot of stuff that goes with it. Okay, now given the fact that the retrieve and the cadence is very difficult, you also have the factor of the jerkbait size, the profile of the jerkbait, in correlation with the jerkbait color. Because jerkbaits come in a lot of different sizes. Like the ones that I use are anywhere between 3 inches up to 7 inches. And guys, that's the only thing I do use is Megabass jerkbaits, and I'll have that link in the description too if you guys would like to check Megabass out there. But based upon the mood and the personality and the type of fish that you're fishing for and the time of year, sometimes they want a 3-inch jerkbait, 4-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch, whatever. And in correlation with the right size of jerkbait, you've got different lip sizes. You got shallow lips, you got medium lips, you got deep diving lips. You got the fact that you have to consider the color variation in terms of different type of light intensities. They prefer a different color if it's cloudy like it is right now, or if it's sunny. All incorporated with the water clarity connected to the light intensity. So you have this complex array of variables that have to come together to have success with jerkbait. You got to work it right. You got to have the right pound test line, because the pound test line that you're using is going to determine the depth of the bait. You got to have the right rod tip action and the rod length, because if you don't have the right rod tip action, you can't impart the right action on it. The bait will either be too aggressive or it'll act dead in the water. So you've got this never-ending line of variables that have to come together in order to maximize your success with a jerkbait. That's why it's the most difficult technique in the world. Now, given that, I don't want to overwhelm you. I don't want to make it sound like this is some impossible thing that you can't do. jerkbait fishing is very teachable to anyone. And one of the things I'd suggest everybody do is, in the playlist of my videos here, guys, on not only on the fishing teacher but on intuitive angling, I have got a ton of jerkbait videos. I got jerkbait videos covering everything we talk about: color, line size, profile, time of year, how to work it. Just refer to those the playlist and some of those videos there. But the main thing is you have to spend time doing it. You have to have a good selection of them. You got to have a wide range of colors. You got to just commit to doing it. If you want to learn how to fish a jerkbait, try to school yourself. Watch a bunch of those videos that I put up there on the playlist. Go to the lake with a box full of jerkbaits and nothing else but a box full of jerkbaits, and just figure out how to do it. It's not that difficult once you have the information. The information that I'm sharing with you guys here, it has literally taken me over 50 years to accumulate. So I'm sharing with you over 50 years of jerkbait experience in, all these videos that will really accelerate your learning curve. I mean, it will cut down what took me decades and decades to learn on my own and master and invent. You can learn in the afternoon by watching a bunch of my YouTube videos on that. So anyway, guys, hope it helps you guys catch them. Now's the time of year you want to throw them. They're great this time of year. Hope it helps you catch some good fish, and we'll talk later.